everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is Taliesin McKnight. This video is the beginning of a new series that's coming out. So I have a new series coming out which is called the Principles of Magick Series. So this is the beginning of that. Today's topic is sacred space. Yes, sacred space. What is sacred space? What is its purpose? How is it created? Sacred space is an idea that is used in virtually every single form of magic. Sacred space is used in Voodoo, Wicca, ceremonial magic. Many different traditions from around the world uses sacred space. Now, what is sacred space? Sacred space can be defined as a place where magic is done that is separate from the mundane world. A place that is separate from any mundane activity that is used solely for the purpose of magic. So that's what sacred space is. Now, what is the purpose of sacred space? Sacred space is used at its simplest as simply a place to do magic, a place where magic is regularly done. It is a conducive environment for the practice of magic. Sacred space helps to induce ritual consciousness, where you can sort of flip into that mindset, the proper mind to do magic. So it helps you to have a proper mental attitude or environment. It helps you to switch into ritual consciousness. In addition to this, according to many different traditions, doing rituals in the same spot every day helps to build up over time. Positive spiritual vibrations will build. So from doing rituals in the same spot every day, over time, a series of positive spiritual vibrations will build up in this area. And it will create a doorway, so to speak, a gateway between the world of men and the world of gods. So it is a gateway, so to speak. You are standing at a gateway between the worlds, where the physical and the spiritual meet. Many different religions, this is the base, it is central to man's spiritual nature. In Christianity, you have churches. In Judaism, you have synagogues. In Islam, you have mosques. In Hinduism, they have big, elaborate temples. In all of these religions, a temple or whatever serves as a meeting place between man and the divine. So sacred space serves as a positive environment. From doing ritual in the same spot every day, it builds up positive spiritual vibrations that are conducive for the practice of magic, and it serves as a way to switch into ritual consciousness, where your mind is in the proper place. So that is the basis of, that is the purpose of sacred space. That is the purpose of sacred space. Now, how is sacred space created? How do you create sacred space? What are the steps involved? The first step in creating sacred space for the use of magic is physical cleansing. Physical cleansing. This can include sweeping, mopping, vacuuming if there's a carpet, wiping down the walls, open up a window, air the room out. That's used in feng shui, and that you're cleansing the energy by airing it out. Raymond Buckland, in his complete book of witchcraft, advises people to wipe down the ceilings, walls, and floors with salt water. So physical cleansing is the first thing. Second thing, spiritual cleansing. This can be done in a myriad of ways. And then consecration. Aleister Crowley said that the nature of banishing is getting rid of negative vibrations. But consecration is bringing in positive energy. So that's what Aleister Crowley said about banishing and consecration. After this is done, an altar should be set up in some sort of representation of deity. If you are Wiccan, then this could be a statues of the goddess and the god. If you are Christian, then have a cross and a Bible. If you do voodoo, then you might have different candles dedicated to different Catholic saints. So whatever your religious background, whatever your religion, it's a good idea to have some sort of a representation for deity. The deity acts as a guardian of the sacred space. The final and most important thing for creating sacred space is to do ritual there regularly. Regularly do ritual there. Also, prayer. If you pray to God or pray to the goddess and God, whatever your religion is, whether you're a Christian or Wiccan or Druid, whatever, you should pray to the divine regularly in this area. In this way, positive divine influences will fill the sacred space, and that energy is sort of protected in a sense. So do ritual regularly there and pray to the divine regularly there. Meditate, do spiritual things in that area. So that over time, from doing ritual in this place, it will develop into a power point. It'll develop into a doorway between man and the divine. It will build up positive spiritual vibrations that are conducive for the practice of magic. And so, going over the beginning, sacred space is defined as a place separate from mundane activity that is used for magic. It is a place that is used for that purpose. Now, what are your options for sacred space? What are the options? Well, it is best to have an entire room. Of course, some traditions will prefer to be outside. But if it is indoors, then an entire room is ideal. If you can't have an entire room dedicated to sacred space, then use a corner of a room. A corner of a room. And if you can't do either one of those, then you can have a portable altar. But if your altar is portable, try to still do your ritual regularly in the same area of the house or room. And if you can't have any of these, if somehow your circumstances have it where you can't have a portable altar, can't do any of this, then the last resort is you could have a mental place. A place where you can close your eyes and visualize that you have like a sacred space in your mind. It could be in a forest, it could be anywhere. So that's the last thing that you could do. And so that is the concept of sacred space, which is fundamental to all systems of magic pretty much. It's used in voodoo, Wicca, ceremonial magic, many different traditions of magic have the concept of sacred space, and it is highly important. It is one of the first things that you should have if you're going to delve into this realm of activity. So anyways, that's the concept of sacred space, and that is part of the principles of Magick Series. Anyways, thank you for joining me, and have a great day. Once again, this is Taliesin McKnight.